I just watched the recent Cutting Edge episode, and the only thing I can say is what the that looks like a scene straight from a movie. Now, what is being mentioned there is that there is a man called Jerry Boshoga, if I spelled that correctly, and he is a businessman, a entrepreneur, a farmer, and sources say that he was known for living a lavish lifestyle. On the 18th of November 2024, he went to a meeting at KFC in Centurion in Pretoria. Now, I know when we grew up, we always knew Joburg to be like the capital of crime, to be a crime paradise. But it seems like all that is transitioning to Pretoria as we see more and more and more cases, happening, situations happening in Pretoria. So it seems like, the crime paradise is leaving Joburg and it's transitioning to Pretoria. So they say that he was attending a meeting in Centurion at KFC, and then, he actually never came back. They say he went with a brother. So the brother waited and waited and waited, and he never came back. But later the same day, he called his family and told them that, I have been kidnapped and the kidnappers need 60 million rands. Now, that's a lot of money. It seems like the kidnappers also later realized that, 60 million is kind of far-fetched and it's a lot of money. Then they reduced it to 20 million. Then afterwards, they reduced it to 10. And obviously, the parents do not have money. The only person who was a tender premier in the family is kidnapped. That's like, I feel like that's the only person who could make means to come up with 10 million. So now they have that person, but they are demanding that money from the people who were just basically being taken care of by the person that they have. So they don't have means to come up with 10 million. The mother talks about how she tried to reach out to people, how she tried to get help, but this is 10 million, and we don't have anybody who just has 10 million waiting, So that's the situation. They sent videos torturing, torturing Jerry, and then they sent also chilling videos. They are very, worrying, those videos. I just watched the videos, and if you want to watch them, just go to SABC News and watch the latest Cutting Edge episode. And they told the police. So the parents, the mother, the family, let me just say, the family got the police involved, and then the police, they say that the minister, the past minister who is on special leave at this point, they say that the minister promised that he was going to create a task team around that whole situation. But even today, they don't know what's happening, and every single time they try to inquire about the case, about the status of the case, they are always told that we are getting closer, and also one interesting thing that the mother mentioned was that the police usually tells them that he is alive. And also, that's crazy. How do you know that a kidnapped person is alive? How can you say that with much confidence? So that's also what's worrying the mother. She is worried that these people are saying this person is alive, but yet they don't know where he is. Or are we being played? You understand? That's what the mother is wondering at this point. She also mentioned a very interesting name, a name that has been mentioned ever since General Mkonazi came forth and made allegations about a criminal syndicate operating that has judges, that has corrupt police officials, that has business people, and that has politicians. So he was linked also to this case because the mother says that he was a friend of the kidnapped, and he might have something to do with the kidnapping. We don't have the facts in that at this point. They are just allegations, but it's a very interesting thing to mention because he has been mentioned a lot of times ever since General Mkwanazi came and said that this is what's happening in South Africa. Now, these are the links to General Mkwanazi. The reason I feel like it's important to do this video is because a lot of the things that are being uncovered at this point are basically the things that are in connection of General Mkwanazi said. You understand? He mentioned that the syndicate that's operating, the one that has access to make dockets disappear, the one that has access to talk to ministers, he mentioned that that syndicate specializes in kidnapping extortion, and even murder. Now, this is a kidnapping case, and the fact that these people knew how to avoid CCTV footage, they knew how to use, fake plate numbers, and they even used a Mercedes Benz to conduct the kidnapping, basically means that they have resources. You understand? They have resources, and I know that the police the police also have resources, but they are not utilizing those resources at this point because the family still has no information. I believe if there are important developments, then the family needs to know. You understand? So since the family doesn't know anything at this point, it seems like it is a cold case. But the family says that they have been always told that he is alive, but just that they don't know where he is. So that's the situation right now. I feel like ever since General Mkonazi made these allegations, a lot has been happening in this country, and it's still gonna keep on happening in South Africa. So let me know, what are your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think is really going on? Is this damage control maybe, or did he also know something, or was he linked somehow, with what's happening right now? So let me know, what are your thoughts in the comment section. Just comment and let me know if you think the allegations are true, and what are your overall thoughts on this. Till next time, peace.